Hey y'all, it's Dan back with another video. I am the numerical lion. I use gematria to reveal the false reality in which we live in. And this story came out today, even though it happened on yesterday, which was the 6th on yesterday. Anyway, sometimes I speak well. So here's the story. Customer shot at McDonald's employee after being told to leave due to coronavirus restrictions, police say. And everything is coded here. Notice police right next to open 24 hours. See why are they doing that? Well, I'll show you why. Open 24 hours equals 137, the 33rd prime, like police. Also 56, that coronavirus number. And this happened on Wednesday, May 6th. And it says open 24 hours. Also, that's a death number, open 24 hours. And 46, sacrifice. Police, front and center in the picture, if I can spell it correctly. Police 33, right? So I'll read a little bit more of the story here. And they say thank you too. Why are they saying, why is thank you front and center, right? Oklahoma City Police and thank you. Let's put Oklahoma City Police in there. Oklahoma City Police. Huh. Right? 193, the 44th prime, kill. Serving you food that might give you cancer. Cancer 44. Also 293, 62nd prime, like sacrifice. Also 293, coronavirus pandemic. Is 293 as well. So keep that number of 220 in mind as well, or 22, because I'll be getting into that as well. There's so much to decode here. It's crazy. So a woman has been arrested. She shot at a fast food restaurant, injuring others as they told her to leave a McDonald's restaurant in Oklahoma City on Wednesday. Gloricia Woody. What a name. Gloricia Woody. Her initials, G and W. G, the 7th letter, W, the 23rd. That equals 30. The N word equals 30. Had entered the restaurant that evening despite the dining area being closed because of coronavirus restrictions. So, how did she get into the restaurant? I mean, aren't all these restaurants drive-through now, especially McDonald's? How did she get in? Why is the restaurant even open? When employees asked her to leave, she refused and got into a scuffle with one of them. Employees eventually forced her outside, but she re-entered the restaurant with a handgun. Now, if you have somebody who's not following the rules and nobody's in these restaurants, it's all drive-through, why do you have them re-enter the restaurant? Why don't you lock the door if the door was open as soon as you let her outside? There's no reason for the door to be open. So she was with a handgun and fired 3 rounds, police said. One worker was shot in the arm and 2 others were struck by shrapnel. 4th worker. So there's 4 people got shot for that number, right? And I'll show you what's interesting about the number 4 as well. Suffered a head injury, though it wasn't immediately clear how. I'll look into head injury as well. Here's a picture of her. Gloricia Woody. Wearing that orange jumpsuit, orange 33, right? So she's 32. They got to tell you how old she is. And so let's get into the decode, and I'll get into this other stuff, how it relates to these other incidents. Lots to decode here, as usual. So the story came out on May 7th. And they arrested her on 5-6 or 6-5. Coronavirus 56 and 65. Also Oklahoma City 65. And here's a picture of her, right? Who does she look like, right? Look at customer and the N word. Both 42 and 102. He's a Negro. They tell us that she's 32 years old. Story updated at 203, or really the reflection of 23 is 32. And straight out of Oklahoma City, right? Oklahoma City 76 as well. She's 32. Oklahoma 76, and Negro also 76. Look at Negro and 22. Negro also 22. And this is coronavirus pandemic stuff, right? Coronavirus pandemic equals 220. See if you can see that a little better here. Coronavirus pandemic 220. And Negro is 22. So that's why there's a story about a Negro. So McDonald's equals 40. 4 were shot. 4 were shot. 40. In the Jewish cipher, the N word equals 40. 4 were shot by a, black person, a Negro, the N word. So who eats at fast food restaurants? When broken down by race, official statistics here, African Americans, 42.4%. 42%. Just like the N word. So this happened with 239 days left in the year. May 6th is when this happened. 239, the 52nd prime. And that's interesting because her first name, what kind of name is that? Gloricia equals 52. Oklahoma City equals 52. That's why it happened on that day. And they're famous for this. The Big Mac. McDonald's, famous for the Big Mac, right? Big Mac. And it was on the 127th day of the year. Big Mac. Also 127, a prime number, the 31st prime number. And McDonald's equals 31. I believe this happened on a day with 31 numerology as well. No, the story came out on a day with, Yeah, it came out on a day with 31 numerology. Missed that one. But, see, Oklahoma, 31. McDonald's, 31. Comes out on the day with 31 numerology. This is why. Oklahoma, 31, as I mentioned. And let's look at Gloricia, 74, like gematria. That's why her name is that. Also 142. If you write out 42, it equals 142. Also equals 74 and 38. I'll show you why that's an interesting number in this decode as well. 42, 74, 142. Also, 142 is coronavirus as well. Coronavirus, when spelled correctly, equals 142. And then with the KV, where V stays at 22, it's 74. And Gloricia equals 74. And she's coming during these restrictions. How did she even get into the restaurant? Coronavirus restrictions. Also 155 like coronavirus. Huh. Also 169. Square root is 13. Big number for McDonald's because in their logo, let's look at the logo of McDonald's. It's probably been pointed out that it looks like a 13. McDonald's. Logo of McDonald's. Like if you stand it out on end, you put it sideways, there's a 3 with the, this is the 13 right here. McDonald's. Maybe that's a better one to look at. But the writing is the 1, and it's a 3, 13. And I think they had $130 billion worth of sales. Or 13. Right? So let's look at the company a little bit. Look when they were founded. 79 years ago. 79, that murder number. May 15th, 1940 is when they were officially established in San Bernardino, California. San Bernardino, California. San Bernardino. Gotta hate autocorrect. San Bernardino. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Let's go back to this here. Bernardino. Bernard. San Bernardino, 62, like coronavirus pandemic, 62nd prime. And then California, we'll get our old friend 222. Wuhan coronavirus 222. Right, this is where it was founded. San Bernardino, California. Also, we got Freemason here. Customer equals 114. And California, just taking California, 52. Right? And the story happens on 6/5 or 5/6, like pandemic. 65, like coronavirus. 65. Another coincidence, I guess. So May 15th. And I'll show you what's special about that. May 15th or 15/5, coronavirus equals 155. Right? Coronavirus, it was established on May 15th. Also, it's Masonic ritual. Equals 155 and 56, just like coronavirus. Also 88, like California. So, they also mentioned there was a head injury there. Head injury, 155, like coronavirus, like when the restaurant was founded. Also 52, like California. Like the woman's first name, like Oklahoma City 52, like it was on the 230 with 239 days left in the year, the 52nd prime, also 56, coronavirus 56. It happened on 5/6. So the story was posted on 5/7. Most of the world would say 7/5. Gloricia Woody 75. It's a New World Order number. Also notice her name is 47 as well. And there's more. Let's look at McDonald's. So check it out. It made the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats. The company is ranked 131st on the Fortune 500. 131, really? 131. What's so special about 131? Oh, this is her name. Her name is 611 in Satanic. 13 times 47. Gloricia, what her name? Woody. 131, the 32nd prime, like Negro, like she's 32 years old. Also, like America. You know, I couldn't get more American than McDonald's. America. America, 32 and 50, like McDonald's. McDonald's also 50. Also, this Freemason number here, Freemasonry 158. So, reading on with this, so in 2012, its monthly sales fell for the first time in 9 years. Write out 9, it equals 42. And then 17 years, right? Like kill. And 97. And sales dropped for the entirety of 97, like death. And then in the United States, it's reported drive-thrus account for 70% of sales. 70%. Like coronavirus 70, right? And McDonald's closed down 184 restaurants in the United States in 2015. That was 5 years ago, which was 59 more than they planned to open. 59, like Negro 59. Who eats there? Mostly Negroes eat there. This move was the first time McDonald's had a net decrease in the number of locations in the United States since 1970. 70% of sales are in drive-thrus. Drive-thru. What is drive-thru? I'll get to that later. Drive. They call it drive-thrus. 69. I'll show you why that's interesting. 69 and 75. The story comes out on 7/5, right? New World Order number there. There's another spelling for it. Drive-thru, like that. Like 118, like death. We started off this presentation talking about open 24 hours. Drive-thru equals 118. Anyway, interesting stuff. So it was started on the 136th day of the year. 1940 was a leap year. And in Satanic gematria, its address equals 1306, kind of like 136. This is the original address of McDonald's. And it's called the Golden Arches, right? 5-7, story comes on 5-7. 213, that death number, if you write out 33, it equals 66 and 60. Also, the N-word equals 60, right? I'll do 33 for you. 33, 66, and 60. Golden Arches. And her name equals 156, Gloricia Woody. Remember, if you write out 33, it equals 156. Kind of like, you know, Golden Arches 66. So Death and Satanic 213. That's what they peddle there. Pure death. So check out their customer satisfaction index score in 2019. Most recent, 69. That number of Saturn. Also that number of our hero in the story. Gloricia Woody equals 69. She was not satisfied. Also, I found this other stuff about it. So the publicly traded company generated almost 22 billion US dollars in revenue in 2019. 22, like Negro. Who are they making most of their money off of. Negroes, 22, that master builder number, right? Coronavirus pandemic, 220 or 22. So also, over half of its revenue in 2019 was generated through franchised, 11.66 billion. 11 times 6 is 66 billion. 66 and 11 have a correlation here. 66, the 11th triangular number. So that's why they're mentioning these two. Even this thing is coded. And they made rest of, so then they made 9.42 billion, and the rest through company operated restaurants. So there's franchise restaurants and then company operated restaurants. 9.42, like 42, write out 9, it equals 42. This is so coded. 9 equals 42, also 66. Right? You want to get any more coded? So, United States along one of McDonald's biggest markets with nearly $8 billion US dollars in revenue in 2019. In that year, over 38,000 McDonald's restaurants were in operation worldwide. 38, like murder, death, killing. Over 14,000 were located in the United States alone. 14, like dead. You eat there, that's where you're headed. Dead, also 22, like Negro. Right? They made 22 million. I mean, billion. I think it was billion. Yeah, 22 billion. So their famous things, Happy Meal. Let's look at the Happy Meal. Happy Meal. Are you happy when you eat the Happy Meal? No, you're going to die. Look at that. 38,000 franchises, over 38,000. 97 death number. 43 killing, Masonic. And there's a McFlurry. And so from the American Customer Satisfaction Index scored of 69, right, we saw that, which was 10 points below the limited service industry average of 79, right? And I think they were McDonald's. Let's see, I had something about that. 79. 79. Oh, here it is. That's right. They were founded with 79 numerology. Murder 79. Also, if you think about 79, it's a prime number. Our old friend 22, like Negro. Founded on a day with 79 numerology. 79, the 22nd prime, right? Industry average is 79 instead of 69. 34 like murder, 25 like death. These are their founding. Also 60 like the N-word, right? 230 days left in the year. The story was updated at 2:03. Coded. So, I think there's a little bit more here. No, that's it. So there you go, another coded story. But then I looked at the end of this. So then they're talking about the incident is one of a number reported across the country that authorities said were related to restrictions put in place to combat the spread of the virus. In Michigan, a Family Dollar store security guard was shot after telling a customer to wear a face mask. Right? So let's go to this story for a minute. And Family Dollar, right? These are all low-income stores. Family Dollar, McDonald's, who shops there? And it happened on the 1st in Flint, Michigan. You can't blame them because, what's in the water. This guy, he was shot in the head. And here are the suspects. Ramanya Travon Bishop, sounds black. Larry Edward Teague, 44. Charmel Lachey Teague. They all sound black, right? Just do one of these here. This video is probably way too long. 289, 17th. Square root is 17, like kill. 116, like African American. And 109, like 29, like black is 29. And last name, we'll just go with the last name, Bishop, 33. Of course, so it happened at Family Dollar. Family Dollar equals 56 and 70. Family Dollar, 56 and 70, these coronavirus numbers, right, on the 1st. On May 1st, the day of the Illuminati, right, May 1st. 5-1, or conspiracy. So then there was another story about, also in Michigan, what happened on a day with 46 numerology as well. Michigan equals 46. Michigan, 46. Flint, Michigan, 71 like African American, right? Just Flint, 74. We gotta have that 74 in there. 29 like black. Black 29. And then there was another one. A man wiped his nose on a Dollar Tree worker's shirt. And because he didn't want to, anyway, he needed a mask. People were rebelling, supposedly, but it's all by the numbers. Here's the video, supposedly, of it happening. And this happened in Dollar Tree, another low-income place. People go. Dollar Tree, 47, right? He wiped his nose. You say wiped nose. 47 as well, just like Dollar Tree. Look at that, 110 as well. The same numbers. He wiped his nose at a Dollar Tree. Of course. And then the name of the guy, I think, is Gamol. What a weird name. Rex Howard Gamol. Gomol. And his full name, what's his full name? 71, he's not African American, but just Gamol equals 74, reflection of 47. So, and then this Ku Klux Klan thing is funny, because Ku Klux Klan equals 30 and 60, just like Negro, right? Igniting. This happened in a grocery store. Always, you know, I don't tell you who the name of the guy was, but happened in the grocery store. 66, 156, like KKK. KKK, 33. Yeah, so there you go. Everything so coded. As usual, nothing else changes, you know, and that'll do it. This very long video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening, everybody, or day, or whatever it is that you're doing.